Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I have learned as I have grown into the person that I am today. And I have been struggling with being sick for the last week and a half, and I took the last couple days off from filming because I would feel better, and then I would film a bunch of videos, and then I would wake up the next day and I would feel like crap, and I would feel like I was losing my voice. I'm hoping this doesn't happen tomorrow. But yeah, it's just been a real struggle, and I have gone back and forth between being sick and feeling like crap and feeling okay. So last night I went to bed early. I have been like crazy cleaning the bathroom and the basement, and my entire side of the walk-in closet is completely cleaned out. All of the clothes in there, for the first time in probably 15 years, are clothes that fit me, so I can just go in there and pick out. I know it sounds strange to a lot of people. My cousin was like, I was telling her, and she said, why do you keep all your clothes in the basement? And I said, do you hear this plane going overhead? I haven't filmed out here in a long time, and well, I filmed late last night, but there were no planes going overhead. But I said, you know, I do laundry, I fold all my laundry, I keep it in the basement, and I just go down there and pick out an outfit. So for the first time, I got a bunch of stuff back up into my closet. Got all the stuff back up in the closet. There's literally no clothes in any laundry basket, in the basement, hanging, anywhere. It's all in my closet. Everything else, 16 bags of clothes for donation did I get rid of. So anyway, I've been very productive. I have a hard time when I'm sick just like sitting around and not doing anything. But I'm happy to be back to filming today. I really missed it. It is really early. It's actually currently right now it is 11:32 a.m. I've been up since like 4:15 in the morning, and I have filmed 2 drama videos, a review video, a Peter Does Stuff video, now this video. I'm not sure if I'm going to film on my BookTube channel today and my reality TV recaps. I might save that for tomorrow and then just vlog today, and then I think I'm gonna stop early and take a nap, and then I'm going to a meeting with my good Judy Tawny Jean tonight. So I thought I would get on here and read some meditations since it's been a while. So today is October 17th. I cannot believe the month of October is going by so quickly. Here I have to show you something that I did. Everybody's laughing at me on this, but anyway, I got one of these countdown apps. Hold on a second. The countdown, and we are currently 261 days, 12 hours, and 26 minutes, and 22 seconds from the pool opening on May 31st, which I'm very excited about. By the way, these are my new reading glasses that I got from Caddis. They're like blue. And I'm not sure I love them. They're very comfortable, but I'm not sure that I love how they look. I liked them at first, but now I'm not sure. Okay, so I brought today with me The Soul's Companion by T.N. Dayton, PhD, The Book of Positive Quotations by Linda Picone, and then I brought the Melody Beatty, Journey to the Heart, and Melody Beatty, The Language of Letting Go. But since I always read these two, I thought I would start with the other two first. So let's start with a positive quotation today by Linda Picone. Let's see what it says. It's October 17th. Alright, and pray that I do not wake up tomorrow with no voice so I can film videos again. Okay, October 17th, questions and answers. You can tell whether a man is clever by his answers. You can tell whether a man is wise by his questions. And I cannot pronounce this person's name, so I'm not going to even try. That was a quote from. We aren't crazy about know-it-alls. We may be impressed by the depth or breadth of their knowledge. We may have to concede that they are well educated. We may grudgingly acknowledge that they are clever. But those who through their questions show that they are still searching for answers, that their minds are open to new ideas, often impress us more. They may hold strong opinions, but they listen to ours. They may talk about themselves, but they'd rather ask us to talk about ourselves. I am smart enough to know that I don't know everything, and that asking good questions says a lot about what I do know. Really great meditation. And so, you know, I just go with my gut when I'm thinking. As I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about the quote that I used to say in my videos a lot. If you guys have watched me for a long time, let me move this around a little bit. I'm drinking some coffee too in my new Tervis mug that has cardinals on it from my mom. If you guys remember, and you've watched my channels, a lot of my channels, I think I said this on my drama channel, I've said it over here on my vlog and things like that, I used to say, remain teachable a lot. which I think is interesting because it then got turned against me, kind of, and people were like, oh, you know, Peter's gatekeeping, learning and growth and things. No, it was always me talking about myself, and I never came up with the term remain teachable anyway. I mean, that term has been around for years and years and years, just something I heard. Yet again, something I heard that I just passed on. I mean, nothing that I ever say on this channel or in my other channels is really that original. It's just observation, and, you know, I can remember my first year of sobriety, one of the things that really helped me stay sober were the slogans of recovery. You know, one day at a time, keep it simple, stupid. If you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got. And I remember being in treatment, and these recovery slogans were written on the windows, like in paint. So when you were sitting in a cafeteria, the windows looking out, you could see them. And I can remember them. And then I remember there was this book in the bookstore. I just looked it up recently because I was telling one of my neighbors about this book because I loved it so much, that it was called Denial is Not a River in Egypt. And they were all quotes, recovery quotes and slogans. Those recovery slogans, there's so many of them, right? They really kept me sober my first year because, you know, the definition of, you know, of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Like, I would think about that, right? When I would, like, be pushed into a position where not pushed into a position where I felt like I didn't have a lot of options. I'd be like, here it is again, you're making excuses for why it's okay to use. And I think to myself, if you always do what you always did, you always get what you always got. Okay, that's been proven to me in my life. So if I make this choice and I go back out there and I think to myself, oh, I can smoke a little weed, or I can, well, we didn't call it weed back then, I can smoke a little pot, or I can have one beer, you know, then I'll be okay. But the reality is, if you always do what you always did, you always get what you always got. You don't have to stay sober just for today, you know, one day at a time, just for today, 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time. Those slogans, I really was not, I couldn't conceptualize a lot, except for that I can conceptualize the slogans, and those things helped me so much. Remain Teachable was one of those slogans that I heard. There was a period, you know, on YouTube where that I had said that a lot was kind of used against me. And what was funny about it was that it was used in this way that, like, Peter thinks he knows so much, remain teachable, remain teachable. And I'm like, I didn't really say much about it at the time, you know. Sometimes I just kind of sit back and watch things. Now I'm comfortable talking about it. But I thought, I really have never done anything but remain teachable, you know. And you guys saying to me that I'm making mistakes and I'm learning and growing from them, I think proves to the contrary of what you're trying to say. It's like, oh, he thinks he knows everything, but he's, that, you know, whatever, is like proving that I am remaining teachable, you know? I believe that we are going to continue to learn and grow up until the day that we take our last breath. I hope that I am open to that. One of my biggest turnoffs by meeting people in life, not like a romantic turnoff, but like just as meeting human beings, is when people come across, like this book was talking about, this meditation, and they act like they know everything. And they have to prove that they know everything. They have to prove that they're the smartest person in the room. I am not impressed by the smartest person in the room. I am impressed by the person that is the most open to learning. I think that people that come across as very green and are able to be taught about things and learn and grow from things. I was talking to my friend Tanya the other day about something very serious, and she was like going off about this whole situation and what she felt about it. And I said, I'll be honest with you, I don't really know a lot about what you're talking about. I said, can you explain it to me? And she explained it to me and helped me better understand it, you know, whatever. And I think that remaining open to being able to have conversations, remaining teachable, remaining in a position where you can learn and grow is really, I think, the way that we continue to grow through life. When you get to the point where you think you know everything, you know, I mean, we were kind of there in high school, right? But when you get to the point where you think that you knew everything or you know everything, I wish that in my younger years, honestly, I had been more open to that. I think when you're younger, you think you know more than you do. When you're older, you realize you don't really know that much at all. And then you become open to it, but you've missed all these years. I wish when I was younger, I would have been more open to it, because people that were giving me suggestions, giving me advice, giving me guidance, really did know what they were talking about, and I wasn't really willing to listen to it. When somebody today is willing to take the time out to give me suggestions, to give me guidance in my life, I listen. Because what I know today is that they're giving me unobstructed views, they're giving me advice that they don't have to give me, you know. It's like, The other thing is, like, when people say to me, like, on my drama channel and whatever, you know, like, Peter and his unsolicited advice and Peter demanding this. Listen, I don't care that deeply. You know, I don't have to give anybody advice or suggestions. As you get older, what you realize is that it's a form of flattery. You know, that you care enough about the situation, or you're that deeply passionate about it enough that you give suggestions, you give advice, right? People don't want to take it, that's on you. I can remember years ago, you know, talking to my dad about something. My dad said to me, I was asking for his advice, and he said, are you going to waste 10 or 15 minutes of my life for me to give you suggestions, or are you going to actually take it? Because if you're going to just waste 10 or 15 minutes of my time, but you're not going to take my advice and stop asking for it. And, you know, and at the time I was kind of like, well, that was kind of like a shitty thing to say, but, like, I get it now, right? Like, I get it. I've had so many people in my life that come to me and they'll say, you know, like, I really want to know your opinion about this, and what do you think I want to do? Well, no, what they're really looking for is the opinion that matches what they want to do. Because then they'll go and they'll do the exact opposite of what you think as a friend or a person in their life that they should do, that would be the best for them, right? People are going to make their own decisions anyway. I think that, I don't know, I really like this meditation, because I think that if we have this attitude of constantly growing and changing and learning and remaining teachable, that anything is possible in this world. I do, you know. I'm a bit of an idealist. I feel like social media has really taken away from the conversations. There's this need to go viral. There's this need to be right. There's this need to be witty and have the wittiest, you know, response and things like that. And so what it's taken away from is, when your goal is to be witty, or your goal is to get the most likes, or your goal is to piss off the most people, or your goal is to constantly be right, then you stop looking at, and does not go along with the whole would you rather be happy or would you rather be right? Because to me, when I've heard that from many sponsors in my life and many people in recovery, I would rather be happy. It's not that important for me to be right. About superficial things. Very deep things, that's a different story. Deep things that are personal to me in my life. But this need to constantly be viral and have so many likes and whatever has taken away from the conversation of learning. This need to be right, to be the smartest person in a room or the smartest person on Twitter or whatever, has taken away from being open and listening to other people's experiences. And what I have learned in my life is the greatest way to learn is by saying to somebody else, well, what's your experience from this? Because I don't know, because I've never walked in your shoes. Tell me your experience. Let me learn from you. When people have asked me that as well, you know? So I think that's why it's important to stay open and to remain teachable. Why is it that important to be the smartest person in a room? Who cares anyway, you know? It's never the person that I want to be by. It's the person that's proving themselves to everybody else, right? All right, let's go on to the Soul's Companion. Just almost poked my eye out. Okay, October 7th. It says death. It's like getting your tarot readings and having the death card show up. I daily entertain my own death. My days here are limited. I do not have time to waste in hating and resenting life. I will never again be in this particular circumstance as this particular person. If I waste it, it is gone. All the lessons that I need to know in order to grow spiritually are written into this present moment. That's exactly what I was just talking about. The people and situations that are in my life are here for me to learn from. They are meant for me. My deepest learnings are at the tips of my fingers. I will be a scholar of life, a student of my day. My own death waits for me at a time unknown. I will live today as if it were my last. Every day potentially is. I am aware. Only those are fit to live who do not fear to die, and none are fit to die who have shrank from the joy of life and the duty of life. Both life and death are parts of the same great adventure. Theodore Roosevelt. I think that I try to live my life like that today. I try to live my life by being in the present moment and appreciating every moment that I have and everything that I've been given, from a cup of coffee to a great meditation to a conversation with my cousin Caroline on the phone right before today, joking with each other, to a good TV show, to a hug from my husband, to a hug from any of my family members. Hugs mean a lot to me today. My mom, her hugs were fantastic, and she would open that door right there, and Peter, you know, and she's so excited to see me. It's like the Toni Morrison saying that when a child walks in a room, do your eyes light up? Because that's the first thing that they look for. I'm 51 years old, and when I walk in a room, I still look to see, do their eyes light up? Do I matter to this person? The people in our life should matter to us to the point that when they walk in a room, our eyes light up. We should let people know how important they are to us. We should tell people how important they are to us. We should be less afraid to say the word I love you, the words I love you. We say so many words that are hurtful that we should be more willing to use love, kindness, understanding, compassion a little bit more freely, I think. That's one of the things I've learned. I think sometimes it's easier to be nasty and unkind than it is to be loving and, you know. And that's who I aim to be. You know, that's who I aim to be. So, I don't know. It's a good meditation as well. These were both good meditations. Lots of things to think about. Well, all right, you guys. I'm going to get off here and start uploading these videos. My eyes were starting to get tired. I'm like kind of realizing I'm ready for a nap, you know. A nap at noon. That's new for me. I'm not even usually getting up till 12 or noon. 12:30 or noon. Or 12:30 or 1. So, anyway, sometimes a little later even if I stay up too late. So I'm going to get off here and get this uploaded. I think I'm going to actually try to vlog, and I think I'm going to call it a day. The reality show channel, I can wait till tomorrow. My booktube channel, I have videos I want to make over there, but I think I'll save those for tomorrow as well. So anyway, I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.